Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Deep Rock Galactic. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. So today we're doing the deep dive, codenamed Noble Overhang. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. Stage 1 of the deep dive has Haunted Cave, Dreadnought, and Alien Eggs. The Dreadnought, of course, is the boss-like creature of Deep Rock Galactic. This time around, we got the Lacerator and Arbalist. They are kind of the Dreadnought twins. So they don't have a shielded phase, but they do burrow into the level and disappear momentarily and pop out somewhere else. So they are invulnerable when they do that. And if you damage one more than the other, they will heal. They share health. So try to keep the damage more or less even between the two. But once you take one of them out, it's open season on that remaining one. So go ahead and take them out with lethal intent. And then you're done with that part of the deep dive. And of course, Haunted Cave means you have this ghost-like detonator that roams around and follows one party member. So you have to keep an eye out for that one at all times, because you cannot damage him, you cannot destroy him, but he will absolutely destroy you if you get too close to him. And of course we have an egg hunt for this first stage of the deep dive, so look for that organic material around the level and dig towards the pulsing red light. Once you find it, then go ahead and pick up the egg, drop it in the mule. Now, every time you pick up an egg, you do spawn some enemies, and you have a chance of spawning a swarm. So during your time in the stage of the deep dive, you'll probably have at least 2 swarms while you're playing. But once you have all the eggs and the Dreadnought taken care of, call in the drop pod and make your way out. Now you will have to wait for the mule to dock before you can get in. They lock the door until that happens. But once the door is open, you can get in and make your way to the second stage of the deep dive. Now this is a good time to point out that the deep dive is a raid-like environment with 3 stages where you can play by yourself with your buddy Bosco, or with up to 3 other friends, either pre-made or match-made. So stage number 1's done. On to stage number 2. Stage 2 of the deep dive has no modifier, but this time around you're going to be refining liquid morkite and recovering 1 black box. So of course you're going to be looking for the plumes of smoke and blue fire around the level. Now, unlike the last stage, you don't have a mule, so you have to mule yourself with all the minerals that you're going to have and bring it back to the rig in order to deposit them. Now, once you get the pump jack called in, then you'll have to build out the pipeline from the rig to each pump jack. And every liquid morkite or morkite refining level has 3 sources of liquid morkite. So 3 pump jacks, and you have to have 3 pipelines going out to each one. Now once you have the framework set up, you're not quite done yet. You have to build out the pipe itself. And you have to do that for each and every pump jack. Now additionally, on this particular stage, we had a Dreadnought spawn. Now there is a chance that you can have a Dreadnought spawn, but generally speaking, it is very, very rare. The operator will come on and say, hey, I'm picking up something big on the radar, get ready. and then you have to deal with them just like you do with any other dreadnought. And then the black box is a zone control. The more people that are within the bubble, the faster it goes. The fewer people that are in there, the slower it goes. If no one's in there, then you lose progress, and quite quickly. If you go down to 0%, then you fail the mission. So have at least one person in the bubble at all times, and then once you get up to 100%, then you're done and you don't have to do anything else with that. And then you can start up the refinery and start pumping that liquid morkite, but you can't do that until the black box has been successfully recovered. Now once you start pumping the liquid morkite, you'll start seeing the percentage go up on the right hand side, but at some point you're going to start having leaks in the pipes. You'll have to go out and fix the pipes before you can start getting progress again. Now once you have 100%, then you're ready to send that liquid morkite up into orbit and call in the drop pod. So once you send it up, you will have to wait about 30 seconds to a minute before the drop pod shows up, and it normally shows up in a more remote location of the level. So if you think that you know where it's going to be, if you have a more or less remote location, go ahead and check that out. It's usually away from the rig, so you at least know that. Wait for it to show up, and you don't have to wait for a mule because there is none on this particular level, and so you can just get out. Now this is a good time to point out that everything carries over from one stage to the next. That includes your health, your ammo, your traversal tools, even what's in your bags that you've not been able to deposit in the mule or the rig. So if you don't have a chance to deposit it because it's getting a little frenetic, you can always do so on the next stage. If it's the last stage, then of course you'll want to do that before you get on the drop pod. Alright, and that's it for stage 2, going on to stage number 3. Now one of the main reasons to do the deep dive is for matrix cores, which give you cosmetics, weapon skins, and weapon overclocks. Alright, on to the third stage of the deep dive. This time we have crystallized morkite that we're mining, lethal enemies, and alien eggs. So lethal enemies mean that all melee damage from the bugs are going to be increased. So they have increased damage. Morkite, you're going to look for that bluish gray crystal on the sides of the level. Do keep your eyes out for gold and nitra. Gold, of course, will give you more credits at the end of the deep dive, and nitra will keep you flush with ammo because you'll be able to call in more resupplies. 80 nitra is equal to 1 resupply with 4 pods on it, each pod giving 50% of your total ammo, including grenades and traversal tools. And of course, the alien eggs, you're going to look for that organic material on the sides of the level, and it could be on the ceiling or the floor depending on where you're at. And once you pick that egg out, you're going to spawn some enemies, and you have a chance of spawning a swarm as well. Take care of the enemies and continue on. Now once you have all the morkite and all the eggs, call in the drop pod, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.
That's gonna cost you around. Get explored! You are squad! Supply pod here.
Drop pod has arrived. The mule has been called back.
Like more ammo.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
This is where you empty your canister.
You're almost through the wave, team. Go, go!
On me! Sticky grenade deployed. Dwarves don't die. Let's get out of this hellhole. This'll keep you safe, mate.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
Dig here.
Stick around. We better hurry.
Supply pod requisitioned. Launching now.
Sticking it to the bunks.
Tactical lead burster.
The tunnel is blocked.
The drop pod is a true workhorse. Rockin' stone.
Rockin' stone. Yeah.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
Some more crates. One sentry gun ready to be built.
See here.
Ready to shoot.
Look.
Sticky grenade!
Stray bullet.
Sticky boom!
Dibs on the soy safe.
The mule is secured. Initiating launch sequence. Deep Rock Galactic thanks you for your good work. Drop pod will leave with or without you.
Rake of rockin' stone.
Retrieving escape pod.
For those about to rockin' stone. Rockin' stone, you beautiful
For rockin'
dwarf.
stone!
PlayStation